Welcome to this month's edition of Focus on Health. I'm your host, Dr. Barbara Brookmeyer, and today we'll be talking about backpack safety and what parents need to know. And our special guest is Stacy Benner, a doctor of physical therapy with the Frederick County Health Department, the Developmental Center. Stacy, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, let's just jump right into it. Why should parents even be concerned about backpack safety?
Well, backpacks are a popular way for children to bring their materials to and from school, but if they're worn improperly, if they're too heavy, then I give them a failing grade. There's a study out of Simmons College in Boston that showed that 55% of the children surveyed wore a backpack that was too heavy for them. And the problem is growing now that backpacks are getting heavier and their textbooks are heavier and the backpacks are larger, so children are stuffing them. And now the CDC has come out with a link between heavy backpacks and back pain in children and youth. So it's something I'm concerned about.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of those injuries. So what types of injuries might occur for a backpack that's either too heavy or not worn properly?
Well, when a backpack is heavy, it causes harmful postures in a child. They may pull their head forward, round their shoulders forward, perhaps arch their back, or if it's worn to one side, it's going to pull them hard to one side. The problem is that causes a lot of compression. There's a lot of compression on the spinal column, on the discs, on the muscles of the back, and even the nerves. If you press on a nerve, a child might get tingling in their hands from that compression. In that study I mentioned, 1/3 of the children surveyed actually had enough pain to visit a doctor and to miss school. So it's something that we really want to prevent.
Okay, well, okay, now you've got my attention. So if I want to make sure that my child's backpack is not too heavy, how would I know that?
Well, first thing I tell parents is to ask your child, how does it feel? Is it too heavy? Are you having pain in your shoulders? Are you having pain in your back? Are you getting that numbness? You would also might notice that their posture is leaning hard forward, or even red marks on their shoulders from the straps of the backpack.
Okay. So what strategies can a parent use to ensure that their child's backpack is not too heavy and that it's worn properly?
I like to say, pack it light, wear it right. When I talk about light, the backpack should weigh no more than 10 to 15% of a child's body weight. So if your child's 50 pounds, that's really about 5 to 7.5 pounds of weight. And when you're packing, put the heaviest materials to the back of the backpack and see if you can secure it so they don't slosh around a lot. Periodically go through your child's pack and make sure there's not books that are being stored in there as if it was their locker. That can add a lot of weight. If there's a day where it's very heavy, they may hand carry their books in addition to wearing their backpack. You can also consider purchasing a backpack on wheels if the school allows it. Or another nice option, a lot of textbooks are coming online. So a child can leave their books at home or at school and use online resources. Now, when I talk about wearing it right, I do encourage children to use both straps on your shoulders, not just out to one side. Make sure the pack is close to the side of the body. If there is a waist strap or a chest strap, that's a good thing to use. It keeps the weight off the back. And the last thing I always look for is you don't want the backpack to be too low on the child's body. Bring it up so it rests in the small of the back, no more than 7 inches below the waistline.
Okay, well,
it's a lot to
yes,
remember.
you covered a lot, yes, and you touched a little bit maybe on some of the features of a backpack that are good features, but could you cover specifically what features should a parent look for when they're shopping for new backpacks?
This is a good time of year to talk about that. I encourage parents to match the backpack to the size of the child. On the first day of kindergarten, I see so many little kids struggling with a backpack that was made for an older child. So match the size of the pack to the size of the child. You would want to look for padded shoulder straps, a padded back of the backpack that keeps the books from digging into the child. Either compression straps or multiple compartments that keeps the weight from shifting around in the backpack. I mentioned earlier, chest strap, waist strap, also a nice feature. And finally, I like to have reflective tape somewhere on the backpack so a child can be seen in the dark.
Boy, that's a good addition. Right, and parents can add that. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You've provided a lot of really good information. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Well, if you'd like more information, there's a terrific website called moveforwardpt.com. And you search the word backpack, and there's a video there that covers everything I explained today.
Well, great. Thank you very much. I hope that many parents listen to this, view this show, and that there will be no need for their children to visit a physical therapist after listening to your show. Thank
you. And I do want to thank my friend Zach, who came out today to show us how to wear the backpack right. So thank you to Zach.
Yes, yes, the same here. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now please stay tuned for this month's Medical Myth.
The Frederick Board of County Commissioners invites you to watch live and archived broadcasts of county meetings. Simply visit the Frederick County Government website at www.frederickcountymd.gov and click on the link to watch FCG-TV Live or the link for FCG-TV Archives. You can also save time when viewing a previously broadcast meeting by locating the agenda topic of interest and clicking on that item. The broadcast will then start at that section. These website tools are designed for the convenience of our viewers and to improve access to county government open meetings. And did you know that you can watch FCG-TV on your mobile devices as well? For more information, visit www.frederickcountymd.gov/FCG-TV.
The Frederick County Sheriff's Office now offers fingerprinting services 3 days per week, from Tuesday through Thursday. The hours are from 12 noon to 5 p.m. Our goal is to make it more convenient for citizens to have fingerprints taken for employment, licenses, permits, and other important issues like adoption and child care services. The Sheriff's Office will continue to accept credit and debit cards, checks, and money orders as payment for fingerprint fees. Cash is not accepted. For more information, contact the Fingerprint Information Line at 301-600-4058.
Many volunteer opportunities are available on Frederick County boards and commissions. Whether the Commission on Aging, Human Relations Commission, the Solid Waste Advisory Committee, Workforce Development Board, or many others, the Board of County Commissioners welcomes your participation. Those desiring to serve must be residents and registered voters of Frederick County. For more information, contact Joyce Grossnickle at 301-600-1102 or by email at fcgboards@frederickcountymd.gov.
Credit and debit cards are now accepted at the Frederick County Community Development Division. Customers can now pay for permits, inspections, and development review fees with their credit or debit card, either online, over the phone, or in person at the office. Please note that a service fee will be charged by the card processor for these transactions. We hope that this new convenience will further strengthen the Frederick Board of County Commissioners' business-friendly strategic goals as part of our Open for Business campaign. For more information, visit frederickcountymd.gov/community development or call 301-600-2313. The Frederick Board of County Commissioners announces a new service for county residents and those interested in watching live broadcasts and archived videos of county meetings and special programs. In addition to watching county meetings online from a personal computer, viewers may now tune in from the convenience of an iPhone, iPad, or other mobile device, including some Android smartphones. We're taking government to a higher level of technology in offering this new service, and we look forward to hearing good feedback from our citizens. Simply visit www.frederickcountymd.gov/FCG-TV and click on the link that says Watch FCG-TV Live.
And now here's this month's Medical Myths. Welcome to this month's Medical Myths. Today we'll be talking about diabetes. One common myth is that people believe it's not a very serious disease. Well, the fact is, diabetes causes more deaths each year than breast cancer and AIDS combined. 2 out of 3 people with diabetes die from heart disease or stroke. Another common myth is that eating too much sugar causes diabetes. Well, the fact is, a diet high in calories from any source contributes to weight gain, which is a risk factor for diabetes. But research has shown that drinking sugary drinks like juice or soda is linked to type 2 diabetes. Another myth is that if you're overweight or obese, you will eventually get diabetes. Well, the fact is, being overweight is a risk factor for developing diabetes, but there are also other risk factors such as family history, ethnicity, and age. Most overweight people never develop type 2 diabetes, and many people with type 2 diabetes are at a normal weight or only moderately overweight. Another myth is that people with diabetes should eat special diabetic foods. Well, the fact is, a healthy meal plan for people with diabetes is generally the same as a healthy diet for anyone. That's a diet low in fat, especially those saturated and trans fats, moderate in salt and sugar, with meals based on whole grain foods, vegetables, and fruit. Another myth is that with diabetes, you cannot live an active lifestyle. The fact is, exercise not only helps control blood sugar, but also weight and blood pressure and will improve cholesterol levels. Physical activity also reduces the risk of common diabetes complications, such as heart disease and nerve damage. That's this month's Medical Myths. And now here's Angie Blair with this month's health tip.
Hello, this is Angie Blair, health educator with the Frederick County Health Department. This month's health tip is brought to you by the Communicable Disease and Preparedness Program of the Community Health Services Division. August is National Immunization Awareness Month, and the Frederick County Health Department would like to remind you that vaccines are a safe and effective way to prevent disease and protect both yourself and those you love. Some vaccines are given once, such as the vaccine to protect against shingles. Other vaccines require a series of shots to protect against illnesses, such as measles, mumps, and rubella, chickenpox, hepatitis B, and HPV. The vaccine to protect against influenza is given annually. Some vaccines given to children weaken over time and require a booster vaccine, such as the Tdap vaccine, which protects against pertussis, also known as whooping cough. Parents and older adults should ask about the Tdap vaccine, as they can spread pertussis to infants before the infant can get vaccinated. Unfortunately, people die each year from diseases that are vaccine preventable. Each year, about 200,000 people are hospitalized because of complications of the flu, and 36,000 people die annually. Young children and older adults are most susceptible to these severe complications. Vaccines are recommended for people of all ages. Infants begin getting their first vaccine to protect against hepatitis B shortly after birth. Now is a good time to check with your child's health care provider and with your health care provider to see if vaccinations are up to date. Keep in mind, vaccines don't just protect you, they also protect the people around you. Some people in your family or community may not be able to get certain vaccines because of their age or specific health condition. By receiving these vaccinations, you are also providing them protection. It's also very important to keep a copy of your vaccination record. Ask your doctor to print out a record of your vaccinations and keep this in a safe place. For more information about what vaccines are available and who should be vaccinated, visit vaccines.gov. Thank you for tuning in to this month's Health Tip.
And thank you for joining us for this month's edition of Focus on Health. Please join us next month.